Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to break down how OpenAI's new GPT-Live family of models is fundamentally changing our relationship with artificial intelligence. If you've been following the AI space, you know voice models have been around for a little while. But what we're looking at today, it's a massive structural shift in how these systems actually operate and how we're going to interact with them every single day.
Okay, let's just dive right in. You know how, for years, talking to an AI felt exactly like using a walkie-talkie? You hold the button, you speak your prompt, you let go, and then you wait. It was just so rigid. You were essentially waiting for your turn to speak. But with the introduction of GPT-Live 1 and its free tier counterpart, GPT-Live 1 Mini, that awkward lag is completely gone.
And that brings us to the real game changer, true full duplex interaction. Basically, instead of that turn-based waiting, the AI model can process your incoming speech and generate its own spoken output continuously and simultaneously. This is absolutely huge for us as users. It means the AI can suddenly handle pauses without just automatically cutting you off. You can interrupt it mid-sentence. It even reacts to those tiny natural human acknowledgments, when you casually say yeah, or got it while you're still talking. The difference is honestly night and day. We are officially leaving behind that clumsy, rigid, your turn, my turn era of old voice AI and stepping into a fluid, highly intelligent, real-time conversational interface. It finally feels less like interacting with a cold machine and way more like bouncing ideas off a remarkably fast-thinking colleague.
Now you might be wondering, how does it do this without getting completely overwhelmed? Well, OpenAI uses a really clever architecture called delegation for deeper work. While GPT-Live 1 is chatting with you naturally, it secretly, well, behind the scenes anyway, delegates the heavy lifting to a more powerful model, like GPT 5.5. So that background model does all the complex searching and processing, the two models merge the data, and boom, you get a seamless spoken answer. It keeps the natural conversation flowing while harnessing frontier-level intelligence at the exact same time.
All right, let's look at the actual data and see how this builds, because whenever tech gets this fast, we always have to ask, are we sacrificing brains for speed? Well, the numbers here are absolutely staggering. Look at the GPQA benchmark, which is a major test for reasoning. The previous advanced voice mode hovered around a 45% success rate. But with GPT-Live Mini hitting 70% and the medium model reaching up to an incredible 80%, we are looking at an enormous jump. We're essentially getting a GPT-5 level model equipped with real-time voice. Think about what this means. It unlocks massive, hands-free productivity for genuinely complex tasks that used to strictly require sitting at a desk and typing.
And then there's agentic search, the model's ability to browse and gather info autonomously across the web. The old advanced voice mode couldn't even hit 1% on this benchmark. It was basically non-existent. But the new GPT-Live Mini hits 30%, and the high reasoning models, they are hitting a massive 75%. That is a colossal leap in utility right there.
But here is the absolute kicker, a 4x leap in the voice telecom test, which is incredibly difficult, by the way, because it simulates a messy, real-world phone call with background noise, thick accents, people talking over each other, bad connections, the whole shebang. The new medium and high models perform almost 4 times better than the previous generation. This isn't just a minor tech update. This is a massive upgrade for anyone relying on AI in chaotic, real-world environments. Okay, so we've proven the model clearly has the brains and the ears. But what happens when an AI this smart can finally see the world around you? The real magic happens when vision and browsing capabilities are integrated directly into these real-time conversations. There was this stunning demo where a user showed the AI 2 different outfits he was considering for meeting his girlfriend's parents for the first time. Using the camera, the AI analyzed the live video feed instantly and actually said, "I love the vibe, but for meeting parents it might read a tiny bit loud. Go for a subtler color or pattern." It then correctly pointed out that a second option, a muted shirt over a white tee, felt casual, approachable, and friendly. It is literally giving high-level, context-aware styling advice in real time. No way, right?
And it's not just talking, it's acting. GPT Live acts as an incredible onboarding tool by seamlessly pulling up mini browsers right on your screen. You ask a question, and it becomes your personal visual agent, pulling up the mid-70s weather in Mexico City, visually showing you that Mexico plays Czechia on June 24th, and even recommending local sports bars to watch the game, like Torito Sports Bar or Toledo Rooftop. It visually guides you through the information it's finding.
As if that visual integration wasn't enough, OpenAI showed how this model takes in complex, multilingual info about the real world and just smoothly spits it back out, completely breaking down the language barrier in real time.
Picture a chaotic, live conversation demo where people are speaking entirely different languages to the AI, yet it effortlessly tracked everything in its memory. It captured that Alyssa wanted omelets, the host was craving Cantonese dim sum, and Justin wanted all pastor street tacos with pineapple and cilantro. It was thinking, listening, and translating simultaneously without ever losing the context of a super fast-paced group dynamic.
And I just love this slightly humorous moment during all that high-tech translation. Someone asked the AI what its personal favorite food was from the list they were discussing. The AI just responded, "I don't eat, so I don't have a personal favorite." It's a great, tasteful little reminder that, hey, despite sounding incredibly human and engaging, it is still a machine processing data.
Okay, the final piece of the puzzle, and this is the part that makes it feel like pure science fiction, is a brand new capability called temporal awareness. It is absolutely fascinating.
So what does that actually mean? Temporal awareness is the model's continuous presence, allowing it to index time in a conversation. It actively perceives and understands the passage of time. Because the model is continuously perceiving and generating in that full duplex loop we talked about earlier, it actively experiences time passing right alongside you. It's not just responding to static prompts anymore, it's quite literally living in the moment with you.
They brilliantly demonstrated this when a user asked for help brewing a light roast coffee in a V60 pour-over. The user needed a 30 to 45-second bloom window. The AI just casually says, "I've got a 30-second timer running now. That's your bloom window. Start pouring." And then, exactly 30 seconds later, it chimes in and calls time perfectly. It remembered the context and monitored the clock seamlessly without you needing to fiddle with a separate timer app.
But here's where it gets wild. The user unexpectedly ran out of kettle water midway through the pour, an absolute brewing crisis. But the AI instantly adapted, firing off a rapid response protocol. It told the user to immediately stop the pour, not to scrape the coffee slurry, just let it drain, and then taste it to see if it was sharp or thin so they could adjust the next brew. It didn't miss a single beat.
Seeing this technology evolve from a clunky, turn-based walkie-talkie to a fully aware, full-duplex, real-time companion, it leaves us with one incredibly provocative thought to ponder as we wrap up this explainer. Think about it. If an AI can see your surroundings, translate languages on the fly, and actively perceive time in real time alongside you, what does your keyboard become? Is typing about to become a thing of the past? Keep a close eye on how your interactions with AI evolve from here, because things are moving fast. Thanks for joining me.